Welcome back to SS Street Fighter. When I was in the army, I was deployed to the Sinai, Egypt, to guard the borders. And while we were there, we had the first major terrorist attack on our area. And it was actually against the native civilians. In total, 4 car bombs killed 70 people, and all of them were native to Egypt. 1 month before the bombing, I tried gambling for the first time. I put in $5 worth of chips, paid round of 21. I won, and then I cashed out at $10 and left the casino. And then, about a month later, that casino got blown up. It's always lingered on my head as an ominous sign. The MFO is designated to guard the border between Egypt and Israel, which includes the yellow line on this diagram and all the way down to the blue sea underneath it. The MFO had 2 bases, and mine was the southern base, which was right up against the Red Sea. It was basically a lot of trailer parks where soldiers lived. Signed for that event was it was the highest I had ever gotten while I was in Egypt. The weed in Egypt really sucked, but the hashish was pretty good. So we made this concoction called chocolate chips, where we would pour in some of the ditch weed and then put some hashish on top of that. So I did that with a group of 4 people until they couldn't smoke anymore. And then after they left, one of my buddies brought out an entire brick, an entire bull pack of hashish. And he was like, "Hey, you want to finish this between just the 2 of us?" And it was a lot of hashish. I don't know how long it took to smoke all of that. But when we were finally done, I went outside to smoke a cigarette so that I didn't smell like weed. While I was smoking, the first bomb went off, and I was outside so I could see it, and it looked like a line of fire shooting straight up. And so I originally thought that it was either some kind of artillery or mortars, and that they might have been trying to walk their fire into our base. What goes without saying during a terrorist attack is you should probably change into uniform because they're probably going to have something for you to do. I was the first person changed and at the arms room. I just got up and I moved. I went off my muscle reflexes because we actually trained to change your clothes as fast as you can while I was at the VTCC. And apparently it worked because I just changed super fast and sprinted straight to the gate of the arms room. The second bomb happened while I was still inside changing. And then when I got outside to get my rifle, the third and fourth round went off. And we still weren't sure whether it was a bombing or artillery. The way I saw the fire just shoot up in the air, I naturally assumed it was like something that came from the sky. We were completely wrong. It turned out they were car bombs. As the company assembled and they all grabbed their rifles, after we all got our rifles, we assembled and went out in a line to the perimeter. So basically, the perimeter fence around the entire MFO had soldiers laying in the prone watching outward. We didn't hear any other bombs go off for a really long time. And so we waited there, and then we got a call saying that it wasn't even mortars, it was car bombs. The bombs were all set to go off at the same time, and now the incident is over. So once we found that out, we went back to the barracks. The attack was devastating, and my condolences go to all of the friends and families of those lost. Many people were puzzled as to why the bombs were designated to kill civilians. Sharm el-Sheikh was a quiet tourist town, which made us wonder why all that happened. Well, the tourist town just kind of grew around the camp that we had over the years. So right outside of our camp, there was a dead zone and then just an entire circle of tourism areas. And as far as why they targeted the civilians, it might have been because the civilians were supporting so much tourism and they wanted them to stop doing that. Which, by the way, didn't happen, and there are more tourists there than ever before. Hopefully, they'll never see another terrorist.